Hello viewers, this is Wagodaru now taking you through this tutorial for O-level mathematics for senior 2, and this video we're going to talk about a topic called frequency distribution for ungrouped data. So this topic is still under statistics and is suitable for students in senior 2, senior 3 and senior 4. So here we shall talk about the parameters for ungrouped data with frequency distribution. So frequency distribution involves collecting like terms or like quantities, and we denote them by a symbol x, small x, and writing down how many of each type they are. So the number of like terms is called frequency, and we denote it by a symbol small f. And a table showing like quantities together with their frequencies is called a frequency table or a frequency distribution. So know those terms. Now the parameters for ungrouped data are mainly two for at our level. One is mean, another one is mode. So for mean, it will be given by the formula x bar denotes is the symbol for mean, then it will be equal to summation of fx over summation of f. So we shall see how these symbols are used, how they are got, how that formula is used to get the mean. The another one is mode, and mode is the value of x with the highest frequency. So those are the terms we shall look at, and now let's see how they can be used given a question. So for example, one came from UNEB 1988 paper 1 question 14, and it says the daily average temperature in degrees Celsius for 20 days of April 1987 at Kampala was recorded as. So these are the temperatures, and Roman 1 they said state the model temperature, and Roman 2 find the mean temperature for the first 20 days, and they give it 4 marks. So the first thing to do is to make to draw our frequency table. Now these are the very temperatures. I've just extracted them from this question. I think you can see this table is the very table here. So the first thing to do is to draw a frequency table, and that table shall have values of x. Remember, values of x denote these very values, so we shall put them there. So we shall look for 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So you have used these values because 20 is the least value and 25 is the highest value. That's why you don't exceed 20, and that's why you don't exceed 25, and you don't go before 20. So next is to do what we call tallies. Now tallies are like a bundles of 5, so we draw slashes. So these slashes are what we call tallies. And how are they got? So for tallies, for example, if for 20 we shall look for all the 20s in these values. So if you highlight 20, you realize that there is only 2 20s, therefore you shall put here slashes of 2 slashes only, to mean that there are only 2 values of 20. Then when you go to 21, we shall also highlight them, and you realize that they are 2, so we shall come here and put 2 slashes to denote 2 values of 21. Then when we highlight 22, you realize that they are 1, 2, 3, 4, so we shall put here 4 slashes to denote 4 values of 22. Then when you go to height 23, we shall realize that they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we shall put bundles of 5, but remember the 5th one is a cross. Always note that in tallies, after 4, the 5th one will be a cross in between those 4 slashes. Then when you go to 24, you realize that they are 1, 2, 3, 4. So we shall come here and put 4 slashes to denote 4 values of 24. Then when you go to 25, you shall come and highlight them. There will be 1, 2, 3, and therefore you shall put here 3 slashes to denote 3 values of 25. So basically that's how a column of tallies is made. It's simply slashes, but always remember that when you make 5, it is the fifth one is a cross in between the 4 slashes. Now we shall go to frequency. Remember, frequency is the number of times these terms appear. So for 20, we saw here 2. So the frequency corresponds to these values of slashes. So here there are 2, so shall I say that frequency is 2. Here there are also 2. So shall I say that the frequency is also 2. Here there are 4, so the frequency will be 4. Here there are 5, the frequency will be 5. Here there are 4, the frequency will be 4. Here there are 3, the frequency will be 3. Now after that we have to total all these values, so add up all these values to come up with our total of 20. Now next will be a column of fx. Remember, for mean we used this formula was summation of fx over summation of f, so we have to also get the values of fx. So how are they got? You multiply x by f, so 20 by 20 multiplied by 2, you'll come up with 40. Then 21 multiplied by 2, you'll come up with 42. 22 multiplied by 4, you'll come up with 88. 23 multiplied by 5, you'll come up with 115. 24 multiplied by 4, you'll come up with 96. 25 multiplied by 3, you'll come up with 75. So basically that's how the values of fx are generated. Now next is to add all these values, and when I add all of them, I'll come up with 456. So having completed our frequency distribution table, next will be to use it to answer the questions which were asked. Roman 1, they asked for the model temperature, and Roman 2, they asked for the mean temperature of the first 20 days. So the model temperature is the same as mod, and remember, mod is the value of x with the highest frequency. So what we shall do, we shall come in these values and look for the value of the highest frequency, and you realize that it is 5. So the corresponding value of x with the highest frequency is 23. Therefore we shall come and state that our model temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. Then Roman 2 was for the means. Remember, we know that mean is equal to summation of fx over summation of x. So this is the summation means. So this summation means that you add up all the values of x. So when you add up all the values of fx, you come up with that. That is why we put here 4, 5, 6. Then summation of fx of f means that you add up all the values of f to come up, and when you add it up we got 20. So that 20 is what we shall put here. Now next is to use a calculator to divide. So 456 divided by 20 will come up with 22.8 degrees Celsius, and that will be the answer they wanted. Now let's see how much can be awarded. So B1 is for the tallies, correct tallies. A1 is for stating the model temperature. M1 is for substituting the formula for mean, and A1 is for the output. So basically that's how the formats could come about. Now we shall go to example 2. Example 2 came from UNEB 2001, paper 2, question 10, and it says the table below shows the age of pupils in a certain class. So these are the ages and these are the number of pupils. If the mean age of the pupils is 10, find the value of a. So in this case they have given us the mean, but they have not given us the value of a, and so that's what they want. So we shall still use the same procedure where you have to draw the frequency distribution table. So that will be our table. First of all, will be the values of x. Now the values of x are these very values for the ages. So these are the values of x, the ages, and the number of pupils will be for frequency. Remember, frequency is the number of times a value appears. So number of pupils will denote the frequency. So we shall come here and say that for on the column of frequency we shall put our A for 11, 10 for 12, and A for 8. I think that is what they gave us here. They gave us A for 11, 10 for 12, and A for 8. So when we add all these values, we shall come up with 10 plus 2a. Then next will be a column of fx. Fx means we multiply x and f. So when I multiply 11 by a, I'll come up with 11a. Multiply 12 by 10, I'll come up with 120. Multiply 8 by a, I'll come up with 8a. And when I add all these values, realize that now 11a plus 8a will come up with 19, and this 20 will be alone. So we shall come here and say that the total will be 120 plus 19a. So that will be our table, and that's what we shall use to answer the question. So first of all, you remember they told us that the mean, remember mean is given by the formula summation of fx over summation of f. Now they gave us the mean age as 10, so we shall come here and substitute that the mean age is 10, which was given in the question. Then summation of fx is this value, the total of fx, and that is what we put here. Then summation of f is this value here, which is the total of f, and that is what we put here as the denominator. So next is to simplify. The first thing to do is to cross multiply. This 10 is the same as 10 over 1, so we shall cross multiply to come up with 10 multiplied by, in brackets, 2a plus 10 equal to 19a plus 120, which is here. Now next we'll be opening this bracket to come up with 20a. So 10 times 2a will give you 20a. Then 10 times 10 will give you 100a. This side should remain the same, 19a plus 20. Now next we'll be collecting like terms. This 19 will come this side to become 20 minus a, and this 100 will come this side to become 120 minus a, which is that. Now when I send 120a minus 19a, I'll come up with a, and 120 minus 100, I'll come up with 20. Therefore the value of a is 20 pupils, and basically that's what they wanted. And now let's see how much can be awarded. So this M1 is for you to generate the values of fx, and another M1 is for you to substitute in the formula for mean and equating to 10. B1 is for cross multiplying and opening brackets, so it will be given at this step. Then A1 is for the output. So basically that's how the formats could be awarded. Now we shall go to example 3. Example 3 came from UNEB 2009 paper 1 question 8, and it says the table below shows the number of goals scored by a team or in a series of football matches. So these are the number of goals scored, and these are the number of matches. Find the mean number of the goals. If the mean number of goals is 3, find x. So in this case, these are the values of x, which are the quantities, and these are the values of frequency, which is f, the number of times these matches appear. So the first thing to do will be to draw a table of the frequency table. So first of all will be the values of x. Now this x denotes the quantities, and these quantities will now be the number of goals. The number of matches will denote the frequency. So we shall come here and put another column of frequency. Now next, before we go to the next column, we have to add all those values. So 3 plus 4 is 7, 4 plus 7 plus 1 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10. So 10 plus x will be the total of frequency, which will be there, 10 plus x. Now don't mistake this x with this x. This x denotes quantities, but this x is the one which is given in the question and the one which is here. The next will be the values of fx. Now values of fx means we multiply x value with f value. So 1 by 3 will give you 3, 2 by 4 will give you 8, 3 by 1 will give you 3, 4 by x will give you 4x, 5 by 2 will give you 10. So next we shall add. Now 3 plus 8 is 11, 11 plus 3 is 14, 14 plus 10 is 24. So the total will be 24 plus 4x, which is here. Now that we have drawn completed our table, we can now answer the questions. First of all, we are given that the mean was 3, so where there is mean we shall put there 3. Then summation of fx, this is this value, the total of fx values, and that's what we shall put here. Then for summation of f is this very value for the total of f, which is 10 plus x, and that is what we shall put here at the denominator. The next will be to cross multiply this as if it was 3 over 1, so cross multiply 3 by this to give you 3 in brackets 10 plus x, and this one by this will give you the very value 24 plus 4x. Now next will be to open brackets, so 3 times 10 is 30, 3 times x is 3x, this side remain 24 plus x. The next will be to collect like terms, so I'll bring this 3 this side to become 4x minus 3, then bring this 24 this side to become 30 minus 24, which is there. Now next will be to simplify, so when I say 30 minus 24 will give me 6, and 4x minus 3x will give me x, which is there. Therefore the value of x is 6 matches. Now let's see how much can be awarded. So M1 is for you to generate the values of fx, and another M1 is for you to substitute in the formula for mean and equate to 3, which was given in the question. Then B1 is for cross multiplying and opening brackets, so it is given in this step, and A1 is for the output, which is there. So basically that's how the formulas could be awarded. And that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and be reminded that the next video will be on business mathematics. So if you have not yet subscribed, please click on the subscribe button below this video so that you can receive updates when the next video on business mathematics has been uploaded. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and also if you know any student who is not yet on this platform, please share the link of this video with them via social media platforms like Facebook and WhatsApp, so that we can all benefit as a family.